What would actually happen if the United States went to war with Iran? This isn't just another Middle East conflict scenario. Iran is not a small regional actor. It has allies, proxy forces, control over a critical global oil choke point, and relationships with Russia and China. If war begins, it wouldn't stay contained for long. In this video, we'll break down what a US-Iran war could look like, what other conflicts it might trigger, and how it could directly impact American citizens. Part 1. Why Iran matters strategically. Iran sits at the center of one of the most strategically important regions in the world. It controls influence over the Strait of Hormuz, where roughly 20% of the world's oil passes, proxy groups in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, strategic relationships with Russia and China. Unlike Iraq in 2003, Iran has advanced missile capabilities, sophisticated air defense systems, regional proxy networks, naval forces capable of disrupting oil shipping. This would not be a short, isolated campaign. Part 2. What war could look like. If direct conflict begins, the likely initial phase would involve air and missile strikes, cyber warfare, naval confrontations in the Persian Gulf, retaliatory proxy attacks on U.S. bases. Iran would likely avoid conventional head-on war and instead rely heavily on proxy groups like Hezbollah, drone and missile strikes, asymmetric warfare. And if Iran blocks or threatens the Strait of Hormuz, that alone could shock global markets overnight. Part 3. What other conflicts could be triggered? This is where the real danger lies. 1. Israel-Hezbollah war. Iran's closest regional ally is Hezbollah in Lebanon. If Iran is attacked, Hezbollah could open a northern front against Israel. That could quickly escalate into a broader Middle East war. 1. Gulf state escalation. Saudi Arabia and the UAE could become direct targets. Missile strikes on oil facilities would trigger global energy chaos. 1. Russia factor. Russia has deepening military cooperation with Iran. While Russia may not enter direct combat against the US, it could provide intelligence, expand weapons transfers, escalate pressure in Ukraine simultaneously. This creates multi-theater instability. 1. China's position. China depends heavily on Middle Eastern oil. If the Strait of Hormuz closes, China's economy is hit hard. Global supply chains destabilize. Beijing may move diplomatically or strategically in response. This shifts global power dynamics quickly. Part 4. How this impacts American citizens. This is where the scenario becomes personal. 1. Gas prices. If Iran disrupts oil shipments, gas prices in the U.S. could spike dramatically within days. We saw smaller disruptions cause major price increases in past crises. 1. Market volatility. Stock markets would likely drop sharply at first. Defense stocks may rise, but retirement accounts, 401ks, investment portfolios could see immediate instability. 1. Inflation in supply chains. Shipping costs would increase. Energy-intensive industries would feel pressure. That means higher food prices, higher airline tickets, higher transportation costs. Inflation could re-accelerate. 1. Military deployment and reservists. The U.S. has tens of thousands of troops already in the region. A sustained war could mean extended deployments, National Guard or reserve mobilization, increased military spending. That affects families directly. 1. Domestic political impact. War shifts domestic policy, increased national security powers, expanded surveillance, protest crackdowns, emergency authorities. Historically, wartime expands executive authority. That could reshape civil liberties debates in 2026 and beyond. Part 5. Could this become a global war? Would it become World War III? Not automatically, but risk factors increase dramatically if Israel enters full-scale war, Russia escalates in Ukraine simultaneously, China leverages the distraction, Oil shocks trigger global recession. The danger isn't immediate global war. It's cascading instability across multiple regions at once. War with Iran wouldn't be a short operation with limited consequences. It would shake global oil markets, test U.S. alliances, stress military readiness, increase economic pressure at home, and the most immediate effects for Americans would likely be economic, not battlefield. Gas prices, markets, inflation, military families. The question isn't just, can the U.S. win? It's, what does victory even look like, and at what cost?